What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Nasty Nate channel. Last video, or a couple videos ago, you saw us do the headlights and kind of give this thing a facelift. Well, now I'm gonna do a full install video on how to run fog lights on your truck if your truck does not have any. So this truck never came with fog lights. I bought everything off Amazon and got some Auxbeam bulbs to go in the fog lights. So we are going to run the wiring to the fuse box, run the switch, get the fog lights in, get the bulbs in, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video, so stay tuned. All right, guys, show you everything I got to do this. Of course, we have the OEM Chinese fog lights. Got some heat shrink. I just bought a big box of it on Amazon. I think it was like 10 bucks. Got the OEM switch that's also Chinese, but goes in the factory location. I think those are 20 bucks on Amazon. Of course, we got the Auxbeam fog lights. Hopefully these things are bright. If not, I think I'm going to try to replace them with headlight bulbs. Don't know if you can do that. Maybe in a different video. Then we got the connectors that go into the fuse box. You only need one of these, but it comes in a pack of 10 for like $6. And then we have the 9005 socket that the bulb actually plugs into, that we are going to wire in because I'm making the harness completely by myself, and I'm going to use this 14 gauge trailer wire. You don't need to use 14 gauge. I think you can use 18 or 16, but I just had this sitting around and should be all right. I actually got some wire loom too. Let me go grab that. All right, we got the wire loom right here. It's that nice fancy stuff, so hopefully this stuff looks good and we can make a harness that looks real nice for this thing. So let's get going. Before we really get into this video, I want to show you guys what I got coming to the Nasty Nate website real soon. We got some Nasty Nate stickers, and these are the ones to have. It's got the burnout smoke and the dollars in the smoke because we're just out here burning money. This thing is nasty. Catch them on the Nasty Nate website here real soon. If I already have the website, link will be down in the bio below. If not, stay tuned in the next videos because these are coming out real soon. Man, that thing looks good. All right, anyway, to do this, you don't need to take your bumper off, but I think I'm going to, just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves and really get in there and show you guys what I'm doing. So let me pull this thing off and then we'll pop everything open, start getting to the wiring. All right, what I'm gonna do first is run the length of the wire from the fuse box to each of the fog lights. So it'll go 2 from the fuse box, 1 to each light, and gonna run these wires, probably a little extra just in case, and then we'll come back and put the connectors on it and I'll show you where to hook it up in the fuse box. All right, guys, here's what we got so far. I actually soldered in a little connector that goes from 1 wire to 2 wires because the wire is just a little too thick to fit in the connector that goes in the fuse box. But I got everything heat shrunk, and then the connector is ready to go, so we're about to get it in the fuse box, show you exactly where that goes, and then we can put the connectors on the end of the wires. Remember, you don't have to solder any of this. You can use butt connectors. I'm just doing solder because I have it handy, and I think it's a little cleaner and works a little better than butt connectors, but definitely can use butt connectors. So do whatever you want, but let's get to it. All right, guys, I forgot to get a good video of this, but I wanted to show you exactly how I did it. I ran 1 wire from the fuse box to each end, so 2 wires total for the power, and then 1 wire from each end to the ground, so 2 ground wires. It feeds into 1 ground, so it grounds at 1 point with 1 connection, and then I wrapped everything in wire loom and heat shrink. It's a really simple setup, but it works perfectly in these Chevy trucks. Kind of hard to see, but got the harness almost done. All of this is wrapped with the wire loom and then heat shrink over it. Looks really good. Right here is the ground. Looks all right. I had a little bit of extra wire, but that's fine. Then these are all the wire shrink connector things over the loom, and then on these ends I'm gonna make sure that they are the right length before I add the connectors for the bulbs. So I'm gonna get this in the truck. Let's plug it into the fuse box right here, and then we'll get the connectors on for the lights. All right, once you get the cover off of the fuse box, there's little clips right here that you have to pry back, and then this whole thing should come out, which I'll do in a second when I have a few hands. And then we'll flip this over. Fog light relay goes right here, so I do need to go get one of those from probably AutoZone or something like that, but that will be where the connector goes. It's in one of those pins. So let's pull this thing out and get it connected on there, show you exactly where it is. Once you get this off, we're going to be taking this green connector thing off. It's a 7mm socket in this hole, so let's do that. All right, so once you get the 7mm screw out, it actually stays in. It stays in this thing, so it's not going to fall out and you're not going to lose it. Once you get that out, you need to get a flathead and just pry on this side and this side, just barely, and this thing will come out pretty easily after that. Now, once it's out of the fuse block, we need to count over from the top right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the connector goes in this 4th spot right here. So it's 3 over from this side, 4 over from this side. That's where your power goes for your fog lights. So let's get that put in there. It's actually this connector thing. There's only one way it'll go in there, so it's easy. All right, I had to slide that blue pin out right here. I just used a knife, and then you can see this is the new connector right here for the power on your fog lights. And then I just ran this wire down through here, and then you'll run it to the fog lights. We can put all this stuff back together. All right, got the wiring ran from the fuse box to right here. This is gonna be the ground, and this is actually your ground from your headlights. So I'll undo that and put that in there. We're gonna zip tie some of this stuff up, and then I gotta cut these down, and then we gotta run this, probably zip tie it up, cut it to the right length, get the connectors on there, and we'll be able to put the bumper on, put the fog lights in, and should be done. Got the connectors soldered in, got a extra piece of heat shrink around the end of the wire loom. This thing is looking really good. Ran out of the big ones in black, so I had to use red on this side, but that's all right. You won't even be able to see it. So those are ready to go. Now let's get the fog lights bolted into the bumper. Luckily, GM makes this super easy. There's holes up in the metal part of the bumper in here. All right, guys, these actually come with their own hardware. It's kind of like one of these clip things that's threaded. So all we do is put this right here, and then it bolts in to those holes, and the clips go right in those squares. So that'll go there. Other side will get bolted in, and then we can put the bulbs in, get this bumper back on. Super easy to put these on. I highly recommend taking your bumper off to do this, because doing this under the truck, reaching up in here, trying to get the wrench in there and whatever, not ideal. So take it off, and it'll be easy. Now that the fog lights are bolted in, they're pretty solid. We got to put the Auxbeam fog lights in. So literally all you do is sit here and twist and replace, just like that. So I'm hoping these are super bright. That looks like they have a bunch of LEDs, but if they're not that bright, then I'll try to just replace them with headlight bulbs. I'm not sure if you can do that, if it'll like blow a fuse or something, but I want to give that a try. That'll probably be a different video, but yeah, these are gonna look super good. And let's get the bumper back on, show you how to do the switch. This thing is already looking real nice with the fog lights in the bumper. I love the paint match look with the clear lenses. I think it's really giving this truck a good look. So let's make sure we get the switch in properly, and then let's go get a relay and make sure they work. Yeah guys, here it is. So all you do is pry on the top. That clip comes out really easy. The bottom one is definitely a little harder, but it's the same style clip, so it just bends a little bit. And all we're gonna do is unclip this, clip it right back onto this, and then our fog light button should work. So once we get the relay, we'll be able to tell. So I actually just picked up this relay from Advanced. They were the only ones that had it. So let's pop it in here, see, one, if it fits, two, if it works, if we wired everything right. So this should just pop off, and it should fit right here. I don't know what direction it goes, so let's see if it goes like that. All right, now we'll hit the fog light button and see what happens. So let's see if they're on. Oh yeah, they're on. Both of them are on, so that means we wired everything right. Once it gets dark, we'll get this thing all lit up and get some good shots for you guys. Maybe I should put this on correctly. Let's see. Yeah, you can't even tell they're on right now. Hopefully they're really bright. If they're not, I'm gonna be kind of mad. All right guys, finally finished with the fog light install, and they look absolutely nasty on this truck. It really ties in the whole look on this front end with the clear lights, the black Chevy logo, and then the LED fogs. Also the LEDs on the Boost Auto mirrors, everything just matches. I'll get another shot with the LED headlights on too, but this thing is looking absolutely nasty. Comment down below if you think this is the way to do it. But let me show you inside what the switch looks like. So we got the flowers for Mother's Day, you know, don't worry about it. The switch actually lights up, and then when they're on, this red light comes on. When they're off, the red light goes off. So that's pretty cool. Let's turn the headlights on and get some more clips. Yeah, it looks super good with everything matching, all LED with the white. I'm super excited about this thing. It looks nasty.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of her is plastic.
All right guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you like the new look of the Nasty Nate Duramax, and stay tuned for a lot more.